Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Grabbed behind the line, it's Coleman. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't gonna happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Got it done in the passing game on the last play. Let's see what they do on first down. Handoff to the lone back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The negative play leaves them with 2nd and 12. Off play action. That's reeled in. It's Frazier. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the left. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Keeping it on the ground. For a touchdown.
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog, coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession 1, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Time for an early look at one of our Heisman Trophy candidates, and while this award certainly caters to quarterbacks many times, Jesse, this guy's proving to be worth all the attention.
Yeah, he's delivering. And remember, David, there was a lot of preseason hype around this guy each and every week. This dude has been making big-time plays. To me, he looks much improved from a season ago, and he's got this offense rolling.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks touch the ball every play. Their stats are good. Rushing stats count. Touchdowns, obviously, so it gets inflated. But if he can keep this consistency, it's still early in the season. He's a guy that the numbers are looking really good, and that Heisman talk's going to get louder and louder.
Quick release on the RPO. Turning it on! And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting him out flanked with the Wildcat. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the snap, it's Jones. And he forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 50.
He's got it, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point is good. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Grabbed over the middle. It's Singleton. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game. Now on second down. To the ground with the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Snares it outside. It's Singleton. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Wide receiver going in motion. A quick pass to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Great job by the defense here rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
To the air on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Jones. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Early in the game as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring fourth down right in the face.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Motion from the wideout. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Grabbed behind the line. It's Simmons. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. So now it's second and long. Off the play fake. Catch in the middle. It's Alston. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Simmons. There he goes. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Gets it out quickly. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? On the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense.
Into the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Oh, they're after him. They're setting up the screen. Breaks into the open. Oh, I thought he was taking that all the way, but they stop him at the 7.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man, they've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Right on the money. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
Great play by the cornerback. And this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over it. Nice job.
Makes the grab. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. They'll run play action. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open, I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Gonna run it. It's Cobb. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Here comes the heat. And he goes down back at the 1-yard line. And here comes the punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. It's blocked. He couldn't get it away.
And you got to get penetration right away on these punt blocks. They get penetration, get in the backfield, get right in the punter's lap, get their hands on it, and then guess what? Now it's a live football. They scoop it up. They take it all the way back to the house.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. Air Force is currently ahead in this one, but they may need to rev up an F-16 if they want to turn this into a blowout today. They're up by 7 over UNLV. The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, and we'll circle back if anything big happens. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on else. There he goes to the right. Past the 50. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Leaves it with the running back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Catch in the middle. It's Singleton. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. Pocket breaking down. With the catch, it's Singleton. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. Hit a speed bump on that last play. Now work to do on 2nd and 15. The play action fake. Got it in the middle. It's Singleton. And tackled there by the defense. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. And he's got a touchdown.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the 2nd half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the 1st half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the 2nd half.
And he puts through the extra point. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Big play to start this drive, and they're already out at the 48. It's 1st down. Hand off to Jones. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll send the back in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Jones. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out.
Deep shot for the end zone. Makes the catch and gets the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the returner goes down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He'll be guided out of bounds at the 17, and a productive play there. Let's see what they've got on second down. Now the play fake. Quickly to the tight end. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Cobb. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. After that last completion, it's second down. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They turn to the passing game on third and short. He's got an open man. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on first and 10. Makes the catch. It's Simmons.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Caught near the sticks. It's Cobb. Oh, he's got some space. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Caught. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, they'll go to the air. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
That is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jones. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. Just about set to get this second half underway. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And now this offense will take the field again. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He's got it. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Man, it's so nice to have a quarterback who doesn't flinch. You watch it, man. He's hanging in there, right? Hanging in there. Takes some time for those routes to get down the field, gets hit as he throws it, but delivers the ball, a catchable ball down the field, and makes the big play. Nice toughness by that young man.
And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
And off to Jones. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Trying play action. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the middle. And into the end zone for a touchdown. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. He'll keep it himself. There he goes. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They can really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. They bring the punter onto the field now. And don't forget, and I'm sure he has it, he had one blocked earlier. Let's see what he can do with it. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Wide open downfield. He'll work his way down to the 28.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. They'll give it to the back. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Rolling, throwing, looking right. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down.
And these drops can be very frustrating because you know he wants the football, and he demands the football. Dadgum, receivers a lot of times will walk in the huddle, throw me the ball. I've heard worse stories than that and worse language, but calling for the football, got to make plays, man. That's how you get more balls thrown in the direction.
Awesome job there on third down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down. He finds the drag route under.
Turning it on! Snares it with those big hands and strolls into the end zone for the touchdown. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Pulls and fires complete. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Cobb. This guy just oozes toughness when he runs, bangs his way to the 20. This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. Third and short from inside the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Wants to fire on second down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Lets it fly. Brings it down on the right side. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Back to pass on second down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Simmons. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. So we open the final period with a third down play. Do they have another third down conversion in the bag? Already 2 for 2 on this drive. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to get the first through the air. A strike downfield. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. From the gun. Looking for the score. And he's got it in the end zone.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll go back to work on offense. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute that.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ballgame, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it.
Got it! And it's in there for a touchdown. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Handoff from the gun. Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Frazier.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Gives it on the option. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That 4th down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's in open space downfield. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Catch in the middle, it's long. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Quarterback adapting. Oh, he's got some space. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. First and goal for the offense. He's looking to throw, using his feet to buy time. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you got to bow up. Nice job on first down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down. About to have the 9th snap on this drive. You don't want to settle for a field goal. Looking to throw on third and goal. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They've already put this game in a hammerlock, and now they'll go for the submission hold on fourth and goal. Fires to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
And what can you say about this offense in this game? All season long, they've done enough to win week in, week out. Hasn't always been pretty. They haven't always brought their A-plus game to the park. But they won a shootout today. Both offenses trading blows back and forth, and they were able to come out on top. And the offense, to me, is the reason they're still undefeated today.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, we've got a final in a game that just wrapped up here in the SEC. LSU dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I tell you this, it sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough. And we found that out today again, guys, with another good team taking one on the chin.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game. Taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
Caught over the middle. It's Frazier. There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. First and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go to the ground. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. Caught behind the line. It's Coleman. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Here comes the offense on first and 10 from the 47. To the air on first down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Singleton. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Direct snap. It's Jones. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Offense uses a timeout, 17 seconds left on the clock. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. He'll get rid of it. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a...
Makes the grab past the marker. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Wants to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Timeout is called with just a single second left. They'll try to spread out this defense on 2nd and 3 with a 4 wide out set. Pressure coming. Looking for the end zone. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.